Do we service? Okay, we're good to go. Hello, everybody. It is super late right now. It is past midnight here. I have a friend coming over tomorrow. They are flying in tomorrow and staying with me for a few days. So I have been super busy today, and I am here to report some exciting updates actually on the upcoming live streams. So I've been talking with my community, and I think it would be better for basically every makes more sense for the channel to do our live streams on Friday nights. Because we are a dream slash sleep slash nighttime activity based channel, it would make more sense to have these fun Friday night streams, even just streaming from bed in my pajamas, literally a slumber party stream. And we do tons of different stuff like nighttime masterclasses on tons of different topics related to dreams, sleep, out of body experiences, consciousness exploration, and so on, guided meditations, breathwork sessions, dream circles, dream stories, sharing our experiences, and just a place for all of us dreamers to gather together, hang out, and kind of prepare for the weekend. I for most people, or for a lot of people anyway, they don't have to worry about work the next day. And so I think that's the perfect time to have the stream so everybody's kind of inspired for the weekend ahead and they can kind of test out the stuff that we were just discussing on the stream. So from this point on, we're going to be doing Friday night streams. I'm not exactly sure what time yet. I want to do it kind of later. And I think that's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to bring some of my lights and projectors in here, and we're just going to test out a few streams from the bedroom and have a super fun, dreamy type of live stream. So that is the update. And I, of course, am streaming super late today. We will not have the stream tomorrow. Because my friend's flying in, so this will be starting next week. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, I definitely recommend joining the Telegram group. That's where all of us hang out. We are basically constantly chatting in there in the time that I am not streaming and kind of sharing our experiences and supporting each other in the practice. And that's kind of where we came up with this idea, actually, is to do Friday night type of slumber party, dream haven type streams. I'm honestly so excited for that. It makes so much more sense than the Monday streams I've been doing. And the reason why I've been doing Monday streams is just because I've been doing them for so long. On Mondays, like literally a few years, I've been live streaming on Mondays, probably close to when I started my channel, which I've had my channel for 5 years. So I don't really know how long I've been doing Mondays, but it's been for quite a while. And so I'm ready to switch it up. I'm ready to try something new, and I think it will allow more people to kind of come hang out, and I think we'll be more inspired to practice the stuff we talk about, because a lot of us will have time the following evening or literally that night to practice. And if you are wanting to influence your dreams or deepen your dream work practice anyways, you may notice that saturating your mind with the content like really, really, really helps. And so having the live stream before bed, I think, is pretty cool. And when we do like the guided meditations and stuff, a lot of people will be able to go so much deeper because it's not in the middle of the day on a Monday. It's like it's a fun stream to end our week, and I think it will have more uh, impact this way. And it will be really, really fun. I'm honestly super excited about it. Now, I know that this stream is super duper late, and I did promise everybody that I would come on today before my friend flew in, so even though this stream is super late, I still wanted to chat with you guys for a second, aside from just that update. So, I always ask you guys for things that you want to talk about or discuss, or if you guys have questions, anything that I could just like chat about on the live. especially if it's something that multiple people have questions about. I like to use that content to talk about so you guys can all hear it. And something that someone mentioned in the group, Joey, shout out, is communicating with loved ones who have passed away through dream experiences, out of body experiences, dream incubation. How can we dream of loved ones who have passed away? How can we uh, meet with them somehow in like an out of body experience? Now, this is going to be different for everybody, and I do believe there's several ways, obviously, to connect with different and I do it all the time to connect with my grandmother, who I hosted hospice for a few years ago. And usually comes in the form of like lucid dreams or dreams. And if you're wanting to influence your dreams, I definitely recommend having a dream incubation journal. Now, it's basically for dreamwork, I recommend having two journals. One you're going to use before bed, and then one you're going to use after you wake up. Now we're just used to hearing about the one as we wake up, right? That's where you write all of your dreams that you had throughout the night. Well, this one, dream incubation, it's going to be a journal that you use before bed to plan out the dreams that you want to have, to kind of choose where you want to set your intention for the night ahead. Now, I have talked about the dream planning steps on a few videos and live streams, so definitely check that out if you have questions. It's a very easy 4-step lucid dreaming, not even lucid dreaming, but just a dream planning technique, and a dream incubation technique. And you can also use it for out of body experiences too. It's basically setting a strong intention before you go to bed and allowing that to influence your subconscious mind to help you have an experience. You can totally use that for non lucid dreams, lucid dreams, out of body experiences, stuff like that. But that's one way, is to use your dream incubation journal. Another way is to wake up during REM sleep and really, when you go back to bed and meditate, really connect to the energy of this person, like their personality, the smell of their perfume or cologne, the sound of their laugh, like any way that you can really tune it, like anything that's super memorable about that person. Um, Hello, Moon Spirit, what's up? John, what is up? I told you guys that I was going to stream. Today's just been so crazy, I cannot even get into all that I have done today around the house and to prepare. But I'm here. That's what counts. And I was so excited to give the update about the idea that we came up with in the Telegram group. So yeah, that's for next week. Starting next week, we're gonna be streaming Friday nights. Okay, but when it comes to waking up in REM sleep to connect with this person's energy that you want to have an experience with, anything that really stands out about that person that you remember very vividly, pull on that. For me, it's my grandmother's voice, it's her perfume, and like even the smell of her house, I can imagine, very vividly, because I lived with my grandma for a lot of my childhood as well. And once you start to feel that energetic connection, you have to remember that all of this is energy. Every single thing that exists is energy, and everything has an emotional tone to it. So, really connecting to the energy of this person, but also the emotional tone to your connection with this person, and you will start to feel something. Have you ever connected to someone who's passed away and maybe you were just thinking about them, and all of a sudden you felt this like shift all of a sudden? Like you really felt that they heard you, or you started to feel a little like tingle on your shoulder, or you started to smell their perfume or something. As soon as I start thinking about my grandma, she lets me know that she's around. You basically are doing that in a meditation. And you can do this just as you fall asleep and just allow whatever happens to happen. Or you can practice liminal dreaming and anchor the mind awake, body asleep state and use that energetic connection that you kind of just tuned into, and bring that along with you in your lucid dream experience, or your lucid dream technique, or your out of body experience technique. I've also found making the request for them to visit you, whether it's just out loud before you go to bed, writing a letter. Intention is so powerful. We don't realize how much that does. It's like more than half of the work, really. And so it really just depends what specific type of experience you're looking to have. For me, just hearing from my grandma makes me happy, like just a normal non-lucid dream. I love all of the dreams that I have. I really don't care how many of them are lucid. Some of my most impactful dreams have been non-lucid dreams, and sometimes there's dreams that we're meant to have that we're not meant to like consciously influence or change. You know, when you get lucid and you kind of just forget the current storyline, you kind of just start to go do your own thing, which is great, like obviously, but there's sometimes things that we're meant to be shown that we don't necessarily know we're meant to be shown, or maybe we don't know that's coming in. And I found that your subconscious knows how to balance between non-lucid and lucid dreams, and experiences where you have more free will in, and other ones where you're kind of just watching or witnessing it happen. And so I think creating the intention extremely strongly and then setting yourself up in the right state is really what it's about. So figure out, or at least play with, the possibilities of what type of experience you want to have, because obviously if you're wanting to have a out of body experience, that's a little more of a challenging technique, so it's going to take a bit longer potentially, especially if you've never had one before. But there are little habits and techniques that I would urge you to practice to kind of get used to that. For example, starting to track your REM, starting to get really comfortable in the mind awake, body asleep state. If you don't know how to access that, it is basically seeing how long you can stay awake while you relax. Getting as relaxed as possible, but maintaining a little bit of focus. And the better you get at that, you're going to be able to like meditate yourself into these experiences without needing sleep prior, because you know how to guide yourself into that deep relaxed state. When you do wake up during REM, you will be able to maintain that awareness without falling back asleep, and it makes meditation so much more delicious. I mean, how many times have you fallen asleep during a meditation? You know, I mean, that shows that it's probably a great meditation. A lot of the time, we aren't actually asleep. We're in like the very light sleep. This is why a lot of us wake up right after the meditation stops, is because a part of us is still aware for the meditation, but we've entered such a deep state that we don't feel like we're meditating, but we really are in a deep state. So if you have felt guilty falling asleep during a meditation, don't feel bad. It means it's working in some way, obviously. But the challenge is seeing if you can infuse more awareness and seeing what that does, you know? I've never meditated without falling asleep. I love to meditate laying down, so I agree. For me, like I love to meditate as I'm falling asleep, like in bed. But I think why I love meditating laying down a lot is because for so many years the visualization that I go into when I'm inducing an out of body experience or a lucid dream or whatever is that I'm floating through infinite space, like colorful, beautiful cosmos, sensing that like endless, infinite space all around you. There's like these weird perception tricks you can kind of do when you're meditating that can kind of help kickstart weird experiences, like out of body experiences and stuff. And part of that is like, I don't how do I even explain it? Yeah, just like playing with your perception in meditation, or sensing the space between you and your environment. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but that's how I meditate a lot of the time, is just imagining that I'm floating through infinite cosmos. And once you're laying in a position where you're like laying down and you have your arms spread out and your legs spread out and like nothing's touching, eventually you can kind of start to dissociate from your like physical senses. And that's when you know you're starting to enter a deeper state, and then you actually do feel like you're floating, and then you start to get confused with where you're actually, you forget that you're actually laying in bed because it starts to feel so vivid and real, you know. So that's why I like laying down a lot of the time to meditate. I still sit up and meditate, but they're just slightly different meditations. I do a lot of open eye meditations, like in nature and stuff. I'm also deeply mesmerized by the sky at any time, always. Sometimes my neck will hurt because when I go out in the world, I can't help it. There's always something beautiful to look at in the sky. And so yeah, that's one. And hey, there's Aurora Borealis tonight. just outside. I got a few pictures. It's a little more not super crazy vivid where I am, but it's dreamy and beautiful. And so the sky is a great way to kind of get lost in meditation, especially if you're someone who feels like you can't meditate, you know? How many animals did you see in the clouds? You know, that's an activity I've done my entire life is I have sky watched with my friends. I have star watched, I have cloud watched, it keeps my imagination and creativity alive, and I do it every single day as an adult. And like even when I'm driving with Chance, I'll point at the sky and hey, there's a whale riding a skateboard, and it's like very, very, very specific things that I see in the sky, and I don't know, it's there for all of us, and it really helps. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just excited all the time to be in nature and just to be looking around, and I think that's a meditation in itself. Um, but yeah, find ways to get lost, you know? No cloud what? I'm in the passenger seat, John. You can't stop me from cloud watching when we're driving around and I'm in the passenger seat, okay? Hey, what's up, Kaiwan? How is it going? So good to see you. So find ways to get lost, you know, in the beauty in what you're seeing, whether it's behind your closed eyes or whether your eyes are open. And the more childlike that you get, I feel like it's easier to have vivid dreams and get lucid in them. I mean, that what you know, there's so many people that have their first lucid dream after learning about it or getting super excited about it, and that excitement that fuels your practice way more than you realize. So allow yourself to be a child in ways that maybe you haven't allowed yourself for a while. Like, when was the last time you just laid on the trampoline with a big comforter and like laid out to look at the stars with people that you care about? Like, that is like one of the main activities I have done my entire life. I haven't done it forever, but like when I look back at my childhood, that's how I spent so much of my time. Those trampoline sleepovers were the best. We need to bring those back, you know? Oh, I'm totally bringing that back. I'm totally gonna get a trampoline sometime and just like camp out in the backyard, especially on my birthday, because August 12th every year is the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. And so every year, my entire life, I have kind of celebrated my birthday by watching the meteor shower. And I always told myself that it's space throwing me a birthday party. And that was obviously a great opportunity to have a sleepover outside under the stars. And wow, the dreams I would have under the stars too is really, I don't know. Ah, there's just so much to talk about when it comes to all of this. You should do it tonight with the Northern Lights. I know, now I have a backyard. It's crazy. You guys who have been a part of the channel for a long time, those who know what I've been working toward, like I have been working on moving to Washington for like 5 years, and everything that I envisioned in my mind and fell asleep imagining is like here, down to the color of the walls. I'm obsessed with blue. Everything in my life is blue. My blankets are blue, most of my clothes are blue. As much as I can own is blue. Um, And very ironic that one of my favorite fruits is, John, you know, I'm literally obsessed with blueberries. I don't know how that relates to my color, but it seems very interesting that like everything in my life seems to be blue in the best way possible. But it's just crazy how everything that started in here, I'm now like looking at, you know. And I've been here for 6 months, but every single day I'm just like, wow, life is crazy. Life is so cool. But more ways that you can just feel awe, I guess, for whatever. Whether it's the sky, the fact that magic is totally real. And as soon as we realize it, we start to see proof and evidence of it. That's pretty cool. like become like the energy of your dreams. You know, they're so interesting and weird and creative, and that's how we should be. We should be interesting and weird and creative and exactly what that little you keeps pushing you to do, you know? That little you that tells you to slow down and to do things that, like, just bring you into the moment. Like, the other day, I just danced in my living room to no music and just spun poi to complete silence, and it was very beautiful. And I think the more that you follow that voice that's kind of softly guiding you all the time, the more you experience synchronicity and that same energy in different ways. I'm telling you, your dreams mean so much more than people know, okay? I believe that every dream holds a secret somehow, like a little nugget of wisdom. But it's our job to find it, you know? It's like a little treasure hunt every single night in your dreams. And even if it's a little thought you were pondering on a walk during the day, or whether it's a random little problem around the house that you don't really necessarily think, it's just like an inconvenience, whatever. Your dreams help you solve things that you like. Your dreams help answer these little questions that were just once little thoughts throughout the day. I mean, writing your dreams down not only helps you build dream memory naturally, but it helps you understand yourself so much more. It helps you understand your beliefs, your wants, your desires, your fears. It helps you experience your past in a different way and experience it from a different perspective so you can integrate the experience and save the emotional tone of that experience in a new way that actually fulfills you instead of makes you feel trapped to your past. Dreams are they are the best guides in so many ways. And the more that we try to not get something from the dream, but make friends with the dream and get curious about the dream and listen to the dream, the more the dream wants to speak with us, the more the dream wants to take us down the rabbit hole and show us really magical things. I don't know, I get so excited about everything. There's just so much to do, guys. There's just so much to explore. Okay. But we're going to definitely dive into a lot of this in these live streams. Again, if you're just joining, we are going to be live streaming every Friday night now instead of Mondays. It's going to be like a little slumber party live stream at the end of every week. And there will be nighttime masterclass type live streams. There's going to be guided breath work, guided meditations. We're going to be reviewing our dream journals, doing dream circle type things. And I don't know, I'm really excited. And before bed is like the perfect fucking time to have a live stream and talk about dreams. Like, this just makes so much more sense. But again, the more that you can connect to the dream space, the more fruitful it's going to be. Same with going back to connecting with loved ones within the dream space and the astral space. Like, it's all energy. If you can feel that person close to you, I promise you, in and out of body experience, those feelings are so much more powerful. Like, that's how you kind of influence your out of body experience, by the way, is by like intention and like, you don't use transportation in the same way. You don't use communication in the same way in out of body experience. Everything is by thought alone and just like intention and emotion. That's how you speak to everybody in those states, is through emotion. And like, it's so weird because the experiences I've had, like, before I can even fully think of the question that I had, before it fully comes out of my mind, it's like it's already being answered out loud. I don't know. I know I've talked to you guys about some of my out of body experiences I've had, but it's like everything is so intuitive in this state, you know? So to have more success in these states, we got to build that muscle, you know? And don't underestimate, number one, intention, number two, visualization, number three, the ability to feel, okay? Your ability to feel, that is a superpower. And we are given this physical body to borrow that is a master at that, a master of feeling, a master of sensation. And we can use this in deeper states to amplify our experiences, to help us attain and maintain specific states. So those are probably the three keys that I would say is your intention, your ability to visualize, and your ability to feel and create sensation and emotion in the body. Um, Now, again, when it comes to connecting to people, past loved ones, even past, again, this includes like animals and stuff like that too that have passed. But dream incubation, so planning out your dreams before bed and falling asleep with that intention and reviewing that dream experience as you're falling asleep with as much vivid detail and as much feeling as you can. I'm telling you, I've had so many lucid dreams from doing this technique. I've had so many of my dream plans actually come to fruition from doing this dream incubation technique. And again, you can use this dream incubation technique for non-lucid dreams, lucid dreams, out-of-body experiences. Basically, setting your intention before bed, having a plan of what that experience looks like, and being able to walk yourself through it with vivid detail and sensation and emotion until you fall asleep. So it's the last thing on your subconscious before you fall asleep. I'm telling you, that is like one of the best things for influencing your experiences without like having to wake up for a technique, for example. Um, and lucid dreams, of course, is a great way to connect with people who have either passed away or like maybe someone even fictional that you want to meet. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Lucid dream, anything can happen, right? But in the lucid dream, you can call out to the dream out loud, like to the sky. To me, the sky is like the overall awareness in the dream. It like represents the dream universe or something, you know, like the intelligence behind the dream. And sometimes it actually talks back out loud. Sometimes it just shifts the dream to answer your question. And sometimes you gotta get a little bit more creative to get it to reply. But I think that's what the dream urges you to do, is to be creative and to have fun with it. You don't want things to be the same way every single time you have a dream. It's fun that the subconscious shows up in different ways, you know? But yeah, try calling out to the sky and making your request out loud. Or kind of like affirming it in present tense. That's how I recommend doing it. Like if you wanted to meet with someone who passed away, then you can say, I am with blank now. Or if you want, take me to blank now. But stating a powerful affirmation, especially in present tense if you can. That's actually how I healed my digestive issues from the lucid dream that I talked to you guys about. That's what started this whole journey. That's what started me making videos and diving into lucid dreaming, was that healing experience that I had. And how that worked was by saying those statements in present tense in the dream. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my healing. Affirming that it already had happened. And because time isn't a real thing at all, it's non-linear, because the dream space, time doesn't exist, right? I was able to tap into already having had that experience. And your brain cannot tell the difference between something that is actually happening, something you're imagining, or something that you're dreaming about. So because I assumed the state of already having my healing within the lucid dream, and I was showing gratitude for that, and you guys will have to check out the video on the actual visual experience if you haven't heard it already. But it activates the placebo effect, which we know the placebo effect is real. It's been used in the medical field for an extremely long time. We can tap into that when we are dreaming, because your brain cannot tell the difference between a mentally rehearsed experience or something that's actually happening. And we know that scientifically. And so there's so much power to the dream that is not truly researched yet. And I think the work that we're all doing at night in our own consciousness is groundbreaking, not only for us, but for the work of dreams in general. And I believe we can change our lives with our dreams. I'm a completely different person after finding and exploring dream work, you know? It gives me so much. It really just fuels everything else I'm doing. Like, it really acts as an amplifier of like pure energy, but also a gateway for me to explore within myself too. It's like it's like a skeleton key almost to our true selves and then beyond ourselves, which I find really interesting. But anyways, I could really go on about all this forever. But I won't, because I also probably should finish the chores around the house. Yes, it is past midnight. It is like 1 a.m. and I'm still going to be up for a tiny bit so I can prepare for my friend tomorrow. But I really wanted to come on and chat with you guys about the updates on the stream because I'm super excited about it and I'm just really stoked to hang out with you guys. I think it's going to be so fun on Fridays. Are you awake for Awake Back to Bed? I've actually been awake, preparing for my friend to fly in tomorrow. But probably within the next couple hours, I will be going to Dreamland, which I am very excited about, per usual. So, hey, join the Telegram group, and if you want to share your dreaming experiences, we're always sharing in there. So feel free to come hang out and join us. But yes, the next stream will be next Friday. I'm not sure what time yet, but I will update you guys. I know it's going to be nighttime, but I'm not sure when. Probably after 8 p.m. sometime. But I'll let you guys know when I know for sure. But I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I know that it was a little bit ranty, but this question came from Joey as far as how to connect with past loved ones within dreams and out-of-body experiences, and so I hope that that helped answer your question, Joy. And if you would like to join the topic of what we should discuss on live streams and in videos, again, make sure to join the Telegram group. And then if you are interested in members only content and more tips, tools, and techniques on how to elevate your practice and take it to the next level, make sure to check out my Patreon, where I create exclusive videos on there and just random videos of me doing things like my gardening stuff. And I also release the courses that I make for like peak audio and stuff. I also release those to Patrons too. So you get some nice little exclusive courses on there as well, if that's something that you're interested in. But nonetheless, thanks for being here, guys. I love you so much. And lastly, my second channel, the Lucid Mystic Sleep Music, I release nightly lucid dreaming and out-of-body experience sleep music. So I hope you guys like the track that was released tonight. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next Friday, guys. I'm so excited. I love you guys. I hope you have a great night and sweet lucid dreams.